Hello America, how are we today? This is Kyle Newsom. This is our YouTube channel, We Are One. Just a quick update. So, as we all know, Trump passed the stimulus and the government funding bill. We all know it's a joke. It's completely insufficient. It's not going to do really much of anything that needs to be done. It's really not providing the help that's needed to the American people. So Trump did try to block that. He wound up signing it, and he signed it under the terms that they would bring to the floor a proposal for $2,000 direct payments to the people. Now, to go with this, we've got two things going on. One, Republicans, of course, are blocking the proposal for the $2,000 direct payments, Mitch McConnell especially. And just to play it off, McConnell's actually coming up with a bill himself that does include the $2,000 direct payments, but the rest of what is in the bill is a bunch of crap, and it's basically so that way the bill doesn't pass. McConnell does not want this bill to pass. Republicans, at least some of the Republicans, I've noticed a majority of them actually jumped and sided with Trump and Democrats for the $2,000 direct payment. But there's still a wide number of Republicans that are completely against it. McConnell himself is against it. They do not want to give us $2,000 direct payments. They do not care about the American people. The stimulus that just passed, $600, stimulus, $300 unemployment, it's nothing. It's change. It's pennies compared to what's going on and what's actually needed. So the way that I see it is, if McConnell and the rest of these Republicans were smart, they would have sided with the Democrats, with Trump. They wouldn't be trying to block this $2,000 direct payment for the American people. They wouldn't be trying to put in a bunch of little extras in their proposal just to keep the $2,000 bill from being passed and signed into law. And that's exactly what they're doing. They are proving once again, as they have for the longest now, that they do not care about the American people. And it just shows we don't need Democrats. We don't need Republicans. We don't need these separate parties. That's the biggest problem with the country, is we are divided. Even in our politics, we are divided. You've got independents, you've got Democrats, you've got Republicans, and everybody wants what they think is best or what will give them the most gain. And none of them are actually looking at the damage that's been done, that's still being done, and how much despair the American people really are in. The economy hasn't been this bad since the recession, the Great Recession. Okay? So the fact that they're able to see this just as plainly as everyone else, but are unwilling to do anything to actually help and provide the aid that people need, that people are looking for, is just unreal. And it proves to me even more, it's time for the change. It's time to get rid of Democrats and Republicans and these divided parties. It's time to focus solely on America, on the fact that we are Americans. Okay, just because you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, black, white, whatever, doesn't matter. Don't matter the origin, the color, the story, or the label. None of that matters. What does matter is America and the American people. And what's more, the fact that our leaders and our politicians are so hell-bent on not providing any aid for us. Now, on top of all of that, we also have one other thing going on, which I personally hope it doesn't happen the way that it's laid out to happen. But Nancy Pelosi has come to the end of her term. The Speaker and leader for the Democrats is up to vote on whether or not she will be retaining her place and her seat in the government and in our politics or not. Now, I don't know about you guys, but as far as I'm concerned, Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi both need to take a hike. They should not be involved in our politics. They should not be the leaders of either of our political groups. Neither of them truly care about the people. Again, this is all nothing more than what is going to give them the most political gain. What's going to give them the most pull with the people. You guys got to realize, you know, the only reason that Democrats are backing Trump on this $2,000 direct payment is simply for the fact to look good to the people. Because Democrats already knew that Republicans would block this from happening. Okay, this was already known. So, Democrats are just trying to ride off of what Trump started and ride off of the fact that Republicans were not on board with this from the start in order to gain the voices of the people, in order to gain the support of the people. But in all reality, guys, they don't care about us, the people. We're just pawns in their game of politics, and that's what we have to stop. We have to change this. Okay, it's time to get rid of the politics that we have. We live in a democracy. Okay. We want to keep it that way. Okay. But there are things that need to change. Especially the people that we look to as our leaders and the ones that take care of this country, that are supposed to take care of this country. Alright. This has nothing to do with the people as far as these politicians or any of our government is really concerned. They're more worried about covering their own asses, putting money in their own pockets, and making their political prowess a career. Politics was never supposed to be a career in the first place. And I'll get on that in another video later on. But it was never meant to be a career. Politics for the United States was meant to be run by the people, for the people, to help the people. It was never meant to be a 40-year term. It was never meant to be a career. It was meant to last for 2 to 4 years and then someone else take the seat. Too many things have changed that go against the people and go against the country. It's time for us, the people, to stand up and voice out and change things to what they're supposed to be and the way that they're supposed to be. We were given the rights by our forefathers when this country was founded to defend ourselves against any tyrannical or opposing enemy that would do us harm in any way, shape, or form, or hurt this country. We the people have that right. But we have to invoke that right, and we have to stand up, and we have to do something with that right. talking and just trying to be complacent about everything and say, oh, well, the next guy can handle it because you don't want to speak or you're too afraid to speak, isn't going to cut it anymore, guys. If you're too afraid to speak, let me speak for you. I have no problem doing it whatsoever. I am pissed off and I am an American and I want my country fixed. And the only way that it's going to be fixed is through us, the people. So if you don't have a voice or you're too afraid to use your voice, let me know. Tell me something. Give me some kind of information to go off of so that way I can really bring it to them and put this out there. The more people that hear this, the more people that understand and that are willing to stand up, fight back, and follow this, the quicker we will see changes. The quicker our lives in this country will become strong and become efficient and well taken care of again. But it's up to us, the people. We have to do this. Knock Nancy Pelosi out. Get her out of politics. Take Mitch McConnell completely out of politics. Revamp everything that has to do with our government. Now is the time, guys. America, now is the time for us to stand. Now is the time for us to take our country back. This country was founded for the people, by the people. Not for politicians, by politicians. Not for government, by government. The ones that founded this country came and founded this country because they were running from a tyrannical government and a monarchy, which is exactly where we're heading if we, the people, do not do our jobs and do what we are supposed to do and defend our homeland. Keep our country safe from enemies, foreign and domestic. And right now, most of our enemies, make no mistake, are domestic. Let's make this right and let's make these changes, people. Let's go, America. We are one.